We are in 2020, 4 days are already gone. Many of us with a lot of plans, a lot of ambitions, a lot of things that we would love to achieve at the end of the year, whether they are short term or long term. But this just implies that there's a certain transition that is taking place each and every day that passes. And this transition is telling us that it's a movement towards that which we want to achieve. So this transition or this movement has to happen also fundamentally at the level of the mind, because it's from the mind that most of the things have to be processed. So we have to actualize all these plans, all these intentions, all these things that we want to achieve. Where we try to make them materialize, like for us to be able to to see the results of what we are dreaming or what we are aspiring to have at the end of the day. There is an interesting thought by a certain world public speaker by the name of Bob Proctor. He talks of the frequency at which the mind operates, and also the frequency at which that which we are trying to achieve is operating at. Hence, the mind has got the task of working towards that which the person wants to achieve. And this takes a lot of efforts, a lot of planning, a lot of adjustments for someone to be able to reach that which they're trying to aspire for. Now, obviously, as we want to achieve those ambitions that we have, we are likely to be met by the question of where do I start from? Maybe I'm planning to start up something to do with business, yet I don't have money in monetary form. Or maybe I'm looking for a job, yet I don't have the qualifications that can allow me to get a good and decent job at the end of the day. Or probably I may have the qualifications, but I cannot get a job looking at how the state of the economy is. And all these things can be a bit dragging, like sometimes they can be a source of frustrations. One man told me something that was interesting. He said, to start up something, don't always have a notion of saying the beginning has to be that huge or the beginning has to be big. If you allow this thought to dominate your mind, you're not likely to start at all. Hence, the first thing that you can do for yourself is try to look around your environment. What is it that you can work with, or what is it that is within your environment that can help you get going? For instance, I want to start a business, yet I don't have money. Is it just an illusionary thought, or am I just abusing my mind or troubling myself to think of a business, yet I don't have money? He told me to say there could be something that is within your reach, that which can help you to get money at the end of the day. Money is not always in monetary form. Money sometimes is in assets, or money is in things. So if you're able to identify that which is around you, it can help you to take off from the ground. Apart from working with what is within your environment, yes, we say, what is it that you can do with your hands? Or what is it that you can do with your legs? What is it that you can do with your mouth? What is it that you can do out of your own ability? Or what is it that you have learned, that which does not necessarily require you to have certain qualifications for you to be able to use that which you are able to do? These are some of the few things that people can be able to propose, that which can help you to start with what is within your reach. When I was in Lusaka, along a certain road, I found these guys who used to sell carpet grass, and they were doing this business throughout. And this just used to amaze me, because this was just an answer to the question of working with what is within your reach. I think those guys were working within what they had, what was within their reach, and they were able to get money at the end of the day. And that was quite interesting as a starting point. There is one special faculty that every human being possesses, at least we believe, the faculty of the mind. The mind is able to generate great ideas, but before ideas get to become great, in their raw state, they just tend to look silly and they tend to look funny. And sometimes this frightens many people when they try to imagine the kind of ideas that they're having in the mind. And this can provoke thoughts of fear, thoughts of shame, like if this idea that I'm having in my mind, if I start working on this, what will people say? What will happen if it fails? We are so much obsessed with the results that are going to come out at the end of the day. However, the fears that come about, I think this is just the mind trying to verify the ideas that we are having, to verify, to kind of improve, to add some value and quality to those ideas so that they can be workable. So the fear and the shame, they tend just to work as beacons that are meant to help us to think once again so that those ideas that we have can be refined. Sometimes I try to sit down and imagine the people who are inventing the plane, the people who are inventing a vehicle, people who are inventing a TV set, or even just the people who had the ideas of going to the moon or going to the space. I think these ideas, if we try to analyze them in their raw state, they just look silly and they look foolish, because you can't just imagine that a normal human being in his right state of mind or in her right state of mind can think of going to space, like just taking off from the ground. But however, these people had to refine their ideas, and this time we're able to benefit. We're able to see the fruits of these people's ideas. In their raw state, they are quite discouraging. So fear and shame will surely meet us at one time or another, but how we refine our ideas matters quite a lot. I can say this is one of the difficult points where one has to fight the fears and the shame. If this is done very well, the idea is likely to succeed. In conclusion, one of my lecturers stated one interesting quote where he said that worthwhile things are very difficult. Meanwhile, useless things are very easy. Starting is difficult. Not starting at all is very easy. So, let us look for what is within our means as a starting point.